Good day, folks. I normally don't do a midweek update, but I felt after going through the quiz that it was important that I do that. So this is a midweek update on Introduction to Finance 311. What I want to talk about today is quiz 1, and then I have extended the due date of application project 1 2 days based on what I've seen. So on the quiz, oftentimes if you got points off, it was you had generalities and really a lack of depth. To be honest, that you didn't fully address the question for the number of points that it was worth. Question 2, rate and volume drivers. Many of you struggled with that. If you think about the formula, it's sales equals volume, non-financial measurement, because every company produces something, times the rate, which is the dollar per volume of measurement. So if you have 2 of these, you can always compute the third. This is covered in Module 1, how a company makes money. Slides and other materials need to be labeled for understanding. That includes rounding, not having 10 zeros, because 10 zeros don't tell us anything. What is actually there? A number of people used a unit of measure volume, but you never told me what the volume was. So you got to look at those and say, is it real clear? Where do you get the information? Well, right out of the 10K, and if you went to the 10K and you're scrolling through it, you would have seen information such as this: volume in hectoliters, summary of operations. Here, there's a slide, and this is right from the 10K, worldwide brand volume. Okay, so they tell you where it is, okay, between North America and Europe. So this is, you can drive your way down. And when you think about this is not something that should have taken you a long time. Start with the 10K, walk your way through it, and you're going to see this stuff across the board. Here they actually compute it based on a volume percentage change. The drivers, they talk about it. So that's how you do it. You don't over-engineer. We're talking, we got to really understand how a company makes money. Every company sells something, whether it's a product or a service, and there's always a non-financial unit of measurement. Okay? Even in service, take for example, if any of you are accounting majors and you're going to work for an accounting firm, what they sell is hours of service. Okay, so this gives you a sense of where it is. You're going to need to do that. I've extended the due date by 2 days to June 6th for you to take more time to be able to do this. It's worth 11 points. You need to do a voice or video discussion to make it better, to be able to communicate it better. Think critically. Go deeper. Don't just stop at the surface. You may need to make assumptions, and that's fine. You may need to do more research. That can include calling investor relations. Stop and think. Review what you have done and ask yourself, does it talk about same, mean, and matter? Make sure you rewatch the video on how a company makes money. Again, that was referenced in quiz 1. Watch the instructional video for project 1. Review the sample project that was there. Review the investor presentation in 10K before starting. Make sure you know what you need to do, and then look in the investor deck and the 10K. Companies have 10Ks in multiple formats. Select Excel and extract into your worksheet. This will save input and prevent input errors. Reference everything. So bring it over, set up a worksheet that has the data. Remember, data goes from oldest to newest because we're going to trend it out as we move forward, and that way we can see it. We see that way on a trend. We don't see trends in the reverse direction. Then when you extract the data, everything can be built off of that. Remember, summary financial statements. That doesn't mean every line has to be there. What's material? So this is where you got to put your accounting hats back on. And if you look at it, do we need every component of equity? No. The simple line, shareholders' equity, is all we need. Also, focus on the formatting, rounding, labeling, and then submit it. If you have any questions, please let me know and we can chat to make sure you're on track.